Hello everybody, my name is asoftdolphin, and today with me I have Cheeky Stego, and today's topic is having a knife the most important part of your CSGO inventory? I personally believe it is. Now,
I, on the
here's
other
first
hand,
reason.
disagree.
Yeah. Okay. So, my first reason is having a knife brings prestige to you and gives you a higher status than anyone else in a silver lobby or even low gold novas, I would say. They're highly coveted skins and they are very rare, and most of them have unique designs, which really does make them sought after. Even the lower end knives that you might see in those games, those people seem cooler to us than someone with a T and CT knife because they still have a knife, and that just, to me, it adds a lot of cool points.
Well, I do agree with you that there are a lot of unique knives. Most people who play CSGO can't afford things like Dopplers or rubies, or case hardens. So most people really just end up settling for things like a safari mesh. And honestly, if you're going to spend all that money on a safari mesh or like a scorched or an urban masked, one of the lesser cool ones, I think you might as well get a good AK skin or a good M4 skin for the same price.
I see what you're saying, but I disagree, just because all those AK skins, there's 50 to 100,000 people that have the same one. When you have a knife, you're one of maybe the only 1,000 people with that knife. No matter what it looks like, no matter how expensive it is, that all knives are as equally rare.
I wouldn't go that far. Wait, what's your
No?
next point? What's your next point?
Okay, alright. My next point is trading and investment opportunities. Knives have the opportunity to be investments, and in the trade market, people are looking for knives. They don't want your high tier AK skin that they can go get any day of the week. They want something that's coveted and rare. Now, maybe if you have like a super hard to get like red, like a howl or whatnot, maybe then they'll be interested. But for me, I just don't see traders being as interested in like a $50 to $100 AK skin when they could be getting a $80 to $140 knife skin for just a little bit more of a trade. And for me, and for collectors, I feel like just knives are easier to liquidate any day of the week.
Well, I do get your point that having one item is easier, but I would say it is more, on a monetary sense, it is more profitable to sell multiple items upward than for one item upwards for multiple. Does
But
that
are
make
you
sense?
sure? Because those fees are gonna cut into your revenue of selling those multiple skins. When if you're
We're
selling
not
one
talking about
skin,
we're not talking about selling though right now. We're talking about trading.
okay. Well, even then you have to calculate in fees and everything. One skin, the fee's a lot less. But once you start getting to 10, 15, 20 skins, I mean that's a lot of money that's being taken out
Oh,
because that's what you gotta do. There's fees in every single skin.
okay, but at the same time, somebody is going to want, let's say, living in color in an aquamarine revenge for, you know, a knife, like a cheap knife, a lot more than they're going to want like a safari mesh for something else.
Well, I see what you're saying, but I feel like more people that when it's up coming up to like 90, $100 that you're gonna spend on skins, I feel like they're looking toward a knife, not a plate skin. Because if you're getting a plate skin, I feel like most of us are getting a plate skin that's $3 to $10, maybe 15 if we're feeling frisky. I don't think everyone's going out here and they're like, okay, I want a plate skin, so let me go spend all this money to get these two play skins when I could spend $20 and get a play skin for every single gun. I
At,
just don't see that as reasonable.
at the same time, most people who are buying knives aren't the type of people to have $10, $15 playing skins. They're the type of people to already have quite a big inventory that, is jam-packed with reds.
I guess you're right, but I mean, people like me and you, we don't have inventories jam packed with reds, but we still have the knife.
Sure,
because
sure.
it's kind of like an all-encompassing thing. Once you have the knife, you really can start building the rest of your inventory. But you really do, I feel like, need that knife as like a safety net, and like it just makes the inventory look good.
I would agree with that.
Now, here's my next topic. Well, not topic, argument. The visual appeal of a knife is just far better than picking up any random AK. I mean, you just see a knife, you might not see that knife again for another 50 to 100 to 150 matches, because some of those knives can be so rare or unpopular or too expensive that once you see that knife, you like seeing it, and it's a lot more visually appealing, I think, to see a knife that you never see instead of seeing a skin you see every 5-10 matches.
And I agree with that. I think it comes back again to the common Joe sort of idea that most people who are getting a knife, they're not going to be able to afford the Crimson Webs, something that has like a 4 web on it. But they're going to be able to afford things like Safari Mesh. Now, if you're talking about, a Gamma Doppler compared to something like a print stream, let's say an M4A1S print stream, sure, you're going to want the Gamma Doppler a lot more. But at the same time, that Gamma Doppler M9 bayonet is going to cost you, like $900 compared to that print stream that's going to cost you $120 at most. So I think again, most of this circles around prices. If you're already going as far as to spend that much money on something like that, then you already probably have a pretty expansive inventory.
I see that as true, but at the same time, let's say you're looking at it as an investment, are you gonna go for something that 100,000 to like maybe 500,000 people, 500,000 people got unboxed, or are you gonna go for something that's a lot more rare but a little bit more expensive because you can see your return on investment higher than that $70 skin going maybe up to $100? You can see that $800, $900 skin go up to $1,200 to like $1,800. I mean, butterfly knives just 5 years ago you could buy them for $150.
Sure, you got to spend money to make money, but at the same time, you don't want to risk that too much. There's that risk factor that, hey, if I pump $800 into this knife, am I going to get all my money back?
No, that's true, but let's just take it to our next point. For me, I feel like just having a knife, it makes you play better, honestly, because with having a knife, I mean, after you get over just staring at it and like looking at it all day long, that knife, I feel like, just increases your morale and you just want to win even more than you already did before owning a knife. And that's just something I personally think could be a cold hard fact, or it's just my stupid mind deceiving myself because I was a fool and wanted it.
No, there's definitely a psychological aspect. When I had my Prince Stream Deagle, I felt like I played a lot better than when I had, let's say, my Naga Deagle, which, the price difference is probably $60, something like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
The thing about it is I feel like whenever you have a knife, for me personally, when I got my knife, it felt like I know you already said once you get over this, it felt like I was constantly pulling it out, and I just constantly wanted to look at it, and I was doing it in stupid situations and getting myself killed. So really, I struggle to see the plus side of having a knife. For psychological aspect, I feel like if anything, something like an AK skin or an M4A1S skin is going to do that a lot more for you, because you're constantly looking at it. It's a constant reminder.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Now, my last point is going to be the value of it. Just like straight up, I mean, a knife, probably what, 300 times more rare than any other skin in the game, no matter what knife it is. I mean, they're just rare. As rare as it gets. You have to invest hundreds of dollars just to even see a knife get unboxed. So, while the money might not be there to like do it as an unboxing, definitely if you're trying to put some money in, you can put money in, and a collector down the line, depending on what knife you have, depending what float you have, they will come buy it for overpay. It takes time, but I feel like just a knife in general, you're not gonna get AK skin where, oh, the float is so important, or like, oh, it has more stuff than any of the other of the same AK skin does. I mean, maybe with the case hardened, but even then, I feel like it's just a different market completely. The knives just seem so much more important in the economy, and everything about them just seems more important than any run of the mill skin.
You know, that's a valid point, and honestly, again, with the money aspect, I can't disagree with you there. So comment in, leave in the comments down below who you think won that.
And just remember, skins equals wins. Until next time, my name is asoftdolphin,
My name's Cheeky Stego.
and thank you guys for watching this video. We'll see you guys next time.
See
Peace
ya.
out.